Right, this is a short video. This is for the Quacks of Quedlinburg, whatever it is. 3D tokens off Etsy. So let's have a look. I've been waiting for these. These have just come a day early. From when I got notification that they've been finished, I think it took 3 days to come from the States. Absolutely fantastic. Got myself some super glue gel. Always get the super glue gel. I think it's so much easier to use. It doesn't just run everywhere. It's nice and controllable. So a couple just to glue all the tokens in. I may only need one. Been really looking forward to this. So let's have a look. I'll get all these together. Oh, here they are. So this has been opened, security check by customs to have a look what it was. So they probably thought, what the heck? Let's have a look. They look really good, don't they? Can't wait to do this now. Let's just have a look at an orange a pumpkin. Wherever they are, let's have a look. We played this with the expansion the other day, 4-player, with the family. And it added an awful lot. The tokens, the recipes were real fun. Some nice yellow ones that when you pulled them out, you then pulled a second token out, and the number on the second token accelerated the yellow token, and then you put the second token back in the bag, and they were real fun. There was other real fun stuff, but the witches were fun. There's lots of them, dual-sided as well, like the recipes, and you have a coin each, and then you spend the timing of when you spend the coin to get the benefit of the witch, one of the witches in play, and you can throughout the game you'll use all 3 witches, and it actually takes a real fun, high look game. Almost there's some quite good decisions to make with the expansion, and it makes it more of a fun. I think it's getting on the lines of a gamer's game rather than just a random game. The expansion, highly recommend the expansion. So let's have a look. Here's the orange ones. Let's see how they go. There. Do you know what? These are much better quality. What did you expect for these, Donna? These are real nice quality, aren't they?
Yeah.
I did not expect them to be quite so good. So let's have a look. So I'm going to glue these in, and then I'm going to use my varnish on the top now. Just have to see which way. Is that how they go in? That doesn't seem to go in there. Are they the same every... Ah, there we go. Goes in perfect. Well, look at that. Yeah, once you get it right. Oh, this is really... They're going to be so much better getting out the bag, aren't they? I know the Geek Store are going to be doing some tokens, and they look quite good, but do you know what? I think these look excellent. Oh, they press right in. You don't look, I mean, but I'm going to glue them anyway just in case any come out. But they look absolutely excellent. I've got quite a lot of work on my hands to do here, and it includes enough for the expansion as well. Oh, what would you know? They've included super glue. Unbelievable. All right, okay. That's fantastic, isn't it? And that was off Etsy, ETSY. Absolutely brilliant. Yep. So we'll come back to this when I've got the tokens done. So here we are. These are beyond fantastic. They are brilliant, and I'm amazed at the tolerances. They just fit in to perfection. You don't need much super glue. So I've done all the pumpkins, and now I'm on the expansion pumpkins. You need just a tiny, because the tolerances are perfect. You need the tiniest little bit of super glue in the back. And Donna's been helping me out. You put them ear side up. So if you look at them, imagine it's a little teddy's head. Hey, monkey. Oh, monkey. The most protruding ears go like it's a face up. And then if you get your token with the rounded side, the top side, and then press it in. There we go, nice little press, and that's another one done. So it's the tiniest blob of super glue into the middle. That's it, tiny blob. Don't know if you can see that if I move it around, catching in the light. Rounded side up, the nicest side, and press it in. A nice little press, and that's that. Right, I'm really enjoying this. It's a really satisfying thing to do because the quality of these plastic tokens is so good. overestimate how good they actually are. They're just perfection. There's even ones, these will do the spares that come in your box, so you can have them glued in as well, which I will do. But I'm on the blues, the aliens now, starting the aliens, and it's great. It's so satisfying because what you're doing is so good. You know, it takes like a card token, and not only aesthetically is it going to improve the game massively, and tactile with these tokens in your hand and placing them on the board, but of course practically in the bag they're going to be able to mix up so much better and not lose ones in the corners and things. Hopefully somebody's going to, maybe the geek store is going to put out some nice Quacks bags, good quality bags in the different player colours maybe. I'm sure that'll come along. They seem to be fleshing out lots of games now. But yeah, really enjoying it. It's very satisfying. It's quite quick to do once you get your little factory, your little engine going. I'm keeping the super glue up like that because otherwise it takes forever to get it back down again. And just a tiny little blob in each. And I'm doing several at a time now. Literally I'll do up to 10 tokens, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 10. And I'll put a blob in each and press 10 in. And that's the quickest way to go. And yeah, really enjoying it. And they are cracking, aren't they? Well, I've done them all. It was very enjoyable. What's not to like really, because, you know, putting these together is just really nice because you're creating something. I know the people that printed the tokens have created something and designed them and what have you. They're the ones that have done it, but actually gluing these tokens into these, they fit so well. It's very, very satisfying to do. So that's the whole lot, including the expansion. It's a lot of tokens, isn't it? And even including the spares that you get, you've still got one of each colour left over, the 9 colours. That they give you in a bag, which is a pretty neat touch, I suppose, just in case there's any mistake or whatever. I didn't use the super glue they gave me. I used my super glue gel, and I got 2 of these. They were nice and cheap off Amazon, but the thing is there's 15 grams in these, and I reckon I've got 10% left out of 1. So I've used 90% of a 15 gram. So that might be a good pointer. Like I say, just a dot in the middle. It spreads out. And them tokens are very, very secure in there now. And in the end, the thing to do is get them all ear side up, as Donna says, monkey, like a monkey face. Have them all the right size. Have your card tokens do a colour at a time, the right side up, and you cannot go wrong. Have the curved side to the top because it looks better. And press them in nice and firm and hold them for a second with your thumb. And job done. It's surprising how quick. And like I said, I was doing about 20 tokens in the end at a time. So I'd have 20 in a row, dab of super glue in each one, and then just keep picking them up and pressing them in. You'd easily get 20 done in a time before any super glue even starts to go off. Because super glue doesn't go off too much until the 2 surfaces are pressed together anyway. So yeah, and you get them done nice and quick that way. And so what I'm going to do now is, so the top of the tokens don't wear off, I've used this with plenty of my P&P projects, is I'm going to put a water-based varnish on. Now, the thing with water-based varnish, water-based is definitely the way to go, because it dries nice and quick. It's touch dry within a minute. But this stuff I use, this Ronseal Contractor Quick Cure, the good thing about this is it's very tough. It's so 100% cure in 12 hours, quick dry. It says 1.5 hour recoat. In practice, it'll be dry within a minute. Excellent scratch and chemical resistance, low odour, and here's the important thing, non-yellowing. So it just will not yellow. And if it's good enough for floors with people walking on, can you imagine how well it's going to do these? And because it's water-based, it's dead easy. Wash your little brush out afterwards, and away you go. So I'm going to coat all these now. I'll go into the edges, and it'll just give these a complete sealed finish with the floor pack varnish. Right, so here's the ones that are varnished. As you can see, let's get one that's already dry. It dries in seconds. If you see, there's one without, and they're going to wear in time. Just the front face, aren't they? And there's one. This is a silk, so it's a midway between a matte and a gloss, and it perfect. There's a plastic coat on it now. It's very, very hard wearing, and it's just a case of taking your time, but it hasn't took me that long, half an hour maybe, to do all that lot. Go one way and then always go a second way with the brush, and it covers it. So it's just a nice thing to do with radio on or whatever, or and just one way and the other. And sometimes there's enough on the brush to do another one. I definitely recommend doing a water-based hard varnish on them to seal them up this way. They're all finished. I finished them just before tea. There was 4 tokens that when I'd punched them, they just had a little bit of white on them and stuff. And I just used a bit of felt tip before varnishing them, and they magically disappeared. They're perfect. So if you can see now, they've got a lovely glossy sheen on them. Very well protected now. It's like a glassy plastic on the top. Very nice indeed. They're a lovely token, aren't they? Excellent. And on the board, they fit perfectly. They're just, because they mirror the image of the token, they fit on the track great. So the only thing I'm going to do now is them square 50-point tokens. I'm going to make wooden ones of those in the player colours, and put stickers on the top, round the corners on them, and varnish them. So I've got wooden, because they're the only ones now that are pretty much card, isn't it, I think, of the tokens. Yeah, and hopefully look for some upgraded bags in the foreseeable. But yeah, they're great. I mean, they are just superb, aren't they, those tokens? Really, real nice job by the Etsy company that 3D printed them. I'll just give them a shout out, their name. Right, so they're all done. They're all varnished up. I made the little square wooden tokens with a 50 on one side. And we actually had a game where I think didn't it go to 100 and something somebody got? I think. Anyway, they got 100 on the back if they need be. So that's it. The next thing to do really is I need to make some box insert for it out of that foam core stuff and the hot glue gun. And there you go, to fit it all into the box. But the tokens will fit, so it's an organiser would be good. But these are really nice, aren't they? So that's it. That's the Quacks of Quedlinburg. That's the 3D printed tokens. Yes, I just had a quick look, and on Etsy the seller is bored to bits, and I cannot recommend them enough. They're 11 out of 10. I mean, every single one fits perfect, it does. So excellent, and all the quantities are there, and even some extras after you've used the spares. Put the spare tokens in. So absolutely brilliant. That's bored to bits on Etsy. 3D printed tokens for the Quacks of Quedlinburg, including the expansion. Thanks for watching.